he got a haircut down there one time, you know, and his barber up here knows how to cut it. He always liked a real nice full head of hair, and he got a barber down there that's cut him real close. Cut him real close. And Brother Runion says, oh, he was really frustrated. He says, oh my goodness, he says, I would have paid him not to cut my hair.
That sounds like Hobart. Yeah, he's very particular.
He said, I would have paid him
he,
not to cut my hair.
Yeah, he was very particular, Hobart.
He always looked nice though, didn't he?
Yeah, he dressed good.
Real nice head of hair.
Yeah, he had beautiful hair.
Oh, he was real sharp.
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't it something how that in those last years that, you know, he got all that exercise and he was having those canes all those years, and all of a sudden, you know, he's like a young man.
Yeah, he went to, well, see, he was his injury come from being in the Navy. He was shell shocked, and he was in the Japanese area in Vietnam, and that's where he was at sea. He never, he said that was the awfulest life ever was, and he made one of the biggest mistakes of his life, I think, when he enlisted. He enlisted, but fear of going in the Army. He had such a fear of the Army that he enlisted for the Navy. And when he's in the Navy, while they'd be out there anchored at sea so long, and the Japanese would come in at night, and he said, you don't know what your name was. You had no idea what your name was when they come in for a battle. And he said the men, they'd be, I guess, mixed from them and our men, they'd stretch them out on the ship across till next morning. And he said by getting daylight, the sun would be out. He said, it's so hot. Oh, the debris is terrible, and the green flies and all of that. And he said if they couldn't to get to had a certain time, they'd get to land, and no way to get to land. Like, well, that wasn't in their plans. They'd have to put them in the sea, you know. And of course, they could easily report lost in action, you know, and never have to know the detail. But he said, it's lined up. It's lined up. And he just about lost his mind. He would come home and all shaker it was. It was a miracle he ever got like he did.
There's someone at our church been in service, and they have taken him to the hospital ever so often.
Yeah.
His system is all torn up.
That's where all his breakdown come from the Navy. That's exactly where he'd come from. He got to where he can hardly talk. He come home, he can't talk. Just he can hardly say words. He's in awful shape. But the man next door was a terrible skier. They where we lived there in Crescent Springs on the highway, around the highway, he had, let's see, 5 or 7 children. We have 3 or 4 then. 4, I guess. And they took him with 5 or 7 and drafted him. He went in the Army. And Hobart had heard so much about the Army, and which is always the truth. Well, he hadn't heard that as much as you need to hear about the Navy. The Navy, you hear good things because it's in good times, great life in the Navy. He had a taste for that. And I'll tell you right now, he come home in terrible shape. I don't imagine if he'd hadn't been a Christian, he would have ever made it. I think he'd cracked up. Because he's seen so much, them chaps come in, they never know what. He said, you don't know what your name is when they get through with you, even though you won the battle, you know, with their guns, you know. But you don't know what your name is out there. But he enlisted, and he thought he was doing the right thing. I never did say a word to him. If I'd have said anything, you'd think I could have kept him from it, probably could have. But could have said anything to him that you don't have a business going with the family, wait till you're drafted, and then he'd have been put in the Army. That would have been terrible, you know. He said, well, you would have said, if you hadn't said nothing, I'd have been in that serving my time in the Navy, what I'd rather had. That could have happened, so I didn't say nothing. I just left it him. He was old as I was, you know. And I just thought, whatever he thinks is best, it would have to be that way. And that's what the results was. But he had 84 years, and that's a pretty good life. I'd have to say that Sam took good care of him. Yeah. He never had a bit of trouble getting any money he needed. Not at all. And he drove every car I guess he wanted. And Lived fairly well. This house is paid for. Don't owe a dime on it. Of course, we didn't waste no money, and we paid our tithes and served the Lord, and I give the Lord the credit. I could have been without nothing, Brother Jerry.
Mhm.
I don't have anything to worry about. I got everything. Got all the money I need and everything. I don't gotta worry. Don't owe a dime here or anything.
That's great.
I give the credit all to the Lord and shed a lot of tears about it.
Mhm.
Who am I? Nobody.
Well, he's promised that he would take care of his own.
Yes,
The Bible
indeed.
says, I once was young, but now I'm old. I've never seen
Sure
the
the
righteous
truth.
forsaken.
I believe it strongly.
Seed breaking bread.
I believe it strongly.
Mhm.
Everybody is somebody inside the Lord.
That's right.
Yes, indeed.
Everybody's precious inside the Lord.
Yes, indeed, they are.
One good thing, he's no respecter of person.
When you feel your worst, you can say that. He said he, the other night that scripture come me right in church, and I think I shouted and talked on it, I don't know how long. That he'll never leave you nor forsake you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, if you're going to have that, what in the world are you going to worry about? And one night I went to go to bed here, and it was dark, and everything, and I said, Lord, your word said that the angels of the Lord will, the angel Lord encampeth round about them that love and serve you. And I said, you know I love you, and I'll say that I'm going to serve you regardless of the cost. And I said, let Michael or Gabriel one sleep here tonight, be sure one of them does. That's what I said. I went and I meant it. I meant it. You know, it's only two angels I know their names, Michael and Gabriel. Do you know any more of them?
Nope.
And that's what I said.
Only that one that
And it
fell,
wasn't
and I don't
funny,
want
I
him
meant
around.
it. Huh?
I only know the name of the other one that fell, and I don't want him around.
Oh, well, that's what I said to the Lord, and I meant every word of it. I said either one was fine.
Yeah.
I went to sleep, and I think woke up about 11 o'clock next day.